The views and opinions of this show is not necessarily the views and opinions of the National Hockey League, its affiliates, or sponsors. A Shot from the Point contains dark humor and foul language and is intended for mature audiences only. To summarize the previous, this isn't your grandma's radio show, and I'm not Foster Hewitt.
You're listening to the most badass hockey podcast in all of no land. This is A Shot from the Point.
Coming at you on demand from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass hockey podcast in all the known man's land. This is A Shot from the Point. Thankfully, I'm not alone this weekend. I hope the last one didn't drag out too long. My point man this week, as predicted last week, is none other than Big Jake Link. Jake, welcome to the program today. I appreciate you being here.
No problem. You forgot champion Jake Link.
Oh, that's correct. In fact, no, I didn't totally forget. I just was going to get into it a little later. I would like to announce that the Honey Badgers, what would you call them, the Rawway Honey Badgers? Rawway, New Jersey?
Staten Island, I guess.
Staten Island Honey Badgers are the, what is it, the Vizio Cup?
Yep, the Vizio Cup.
The Vizio, I have actually held the Vizio Cup before. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, wow. Two show hosts have held the same cup.
Yeah, well, I think I was holding it for somebody while they polished the thing that they keep it in. But you actually got to hold it as a champion.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Right. A nice 6-3 win over Puck U.
Oh, you're kidding me. I used to play for them. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Yes, I used to play for them. Was there an old fart named Conrad on the team?
Does he have like Yarmir Yager hair?
No. Well, he was an old fart when I was a young man, so God, he's got to be.
He's probably gone.
Yeah, he's probably. Well, he started the team. And that leads me to a story. I left that team and went to the Hillsborough Oilers because it was the early days of AOL, and I was 21, and everybody on the team was like my age now, like 35 and up. There's like guys with like gray hair on the team and what have you. And this was Puck U, and they had like a thread, an internet thread, and they were discussing. I mean, we sucked, and they were acting like it was a goddamn NHL. And then I remember one guy wrote in a thread. He made some criticism that something to the effect of we really have to start getting down on each other and screaming every time. Practice would probably be a good solution. So they all started yelling at him, and of course I ignored it because I completely phase out when people get in internet fights. And I go into, this was in Bridgewater. I don't even know if that one's still there, the Bridgewater Inline place. And the guy, Conrad, is there, and he's the captain of the team, and they're the one who's fighting. And this guy that walked in, who he was fighting with, he walks in, and all of a sudden Conrad says, "Get the fuck out of here. You're off the goddamn team." And I'm like, oh my God, these guys they look like adults to me because I'm like 20, 21. I don't even know if I was old enough to drink. And he's like, "No, man, I paid for this. I paid $70 for 10 games, 10 weeks. I'm not going anywhere." And Conrad took his entire full hockey bag and hit him over the fucking head with it. And they were beating him in the locker room, and nobody was doing anything about it.
Shit.
It had to be. And I'm just like, these guys are fucking crazy.
That's right. Central Jersey roller hockey is highly competitive.
I'll say, and highly stupid. So, that game, we were playing the Hillsborough Oilers. And needless to say, it was like really testy. And I was really uncomfortable around these guys after that. I couldn't believe you could hit a guy over something that stupid. And I was screening the goalie, and I got a shoving match with the defenseman, and I don't know what came over me. I didn't even take my glove off. I just punched him in the head, like as hard as I could, in the side of the freaking head. He drops the gloves, right? And then so did I. And then you know how the refs pretty much break it up pretty quick in these. You don't get like full off standoffs. You don't get staged fights. And they broke us up, and then we went back to the locker room, and they were like, "Oh, good fight." And then the guy that I punched came to me after the game and said, "Are you looking for a team?" So I was like, a matter of fact, I am. I go, these guys are fucking nuts. He's like, we're looking for a guy like you. I was like, a
Nice.
tool? And he's like, they're like, yeah. So there was my legend with the Hillsborough Oilers. I ended up breaking my jaw 3 weeks later, and I missed that season, and I didn't come back till.
This was ice, or is this inline?
This is Inline. This is Inline at Bridgewater, and it was
Okay.
Puck U. The team was Puck U, and I went to Hillsborough after that.
Wow,
And
look
I have
at
another
that.
nightmare story about Hillsborough, but I'll save that for another time.
And look at that. And I come up with the Honey Badgers, and I win the Visco Cup. Now, if I knew that story, I would have said, you know what? This is for Tommy.
Oh, I wish you would have. I would have loved to held the Vizio Cup. Who is Vizio, anyway? Sounds like a typical Jersey name.
I was some guy that ran the place years and years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, when
Yeah,
they
I don't
played
know.
Inline.
I had no clue. This is my third game with them. Their goalie still was a little bit banged up. And
What is he banged up from?
ice hockey.
Oh, get out! So
Yeah.
and let me. I don't know if we mentioned this on prior shows, but you've actually been getting the call. You're a backup, and you ended up winning the championship as
That's
a
right.
backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I didn't just sit there and face 10 shots. I was getting peppered for a good amount of time.
And what was the score?
It was 6-3.
6-3. That's and I know for people that don't play Inline, that's like 3-2 in an NHL game. By
And
comparison.
just two saves. The other Puck U had their arms up like they scored.
Yeah.
It was just batted it out of the air with the stick. It's
Oh,
just
you're kidding me.
it's phenomenal. And a nice glove save. You could just tell they were just discouraged after certain saves. They're like, all right.
A hot goalie can get in your head, as we all well know. Well, I want to congratulate you and the Honey Badgers, and for your spectacular performance, Jake. Here you go.
I get an epi this week.
You get an epi. That's right. Actually, I'll give you a loud one too. Here we go. So you get an epi this week. Congratulations. Hey, one more thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the game. And here is the game. Last year, me and Dave played a game where we picked the Stanley Cup playoffs. Dave did spectacular. He was tremendous. I think he missed one in the first round. So here's the game. And this goes for any host, any fans, any listeners, anybody that wants to get involved. Andy's going to get involved. Maybe Tracy could get involved, your wife. But here's the way the game works. When the playoff brackets are set, you pick a winning team and the amount of games they go in. Then you pick either Eastern and Western Conference finalist that's in the Stanley Cup final, and you pick well, actually, it wouldn't really matter if you're just trying to gain points. You pick a team that's going to the Stanley Cup final, and you pick a Stanley Cup winner. This all has to be done before the first round of the playoffs. And the way it works is this. If you get this team right that win the series, you get 1 point. If you get the team right and Tommy, think. If you get the team right and the amount of games it took, Devils get sweeped in 4. And if you get that right, you get 2 points. If you pick the team that's in the Eastern Conference Final or Western Conference Final, you can pick any team you want. If they go to the Stanley Cup Final, they don't have to win. You get 3. And the creme de la creme, if you pick the Stanley Cup Final player, you will get 4. And if you will get 4 points. And that doesn't matter all they have to do is win. Doesn't matter if the games. You'll get 4 points. Each points will be added up for this round. And then whoever the winner is, whether it's Killer Joker or Vinny in Edmonton, you will get a... There you go. So are you in?
Yeah, of course I'm in.
Well, you have to be in.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah,
No,
really.
I'm against this.
What else? Really, what else you gonna do?
Yeah.
It was a clean hit! It was a clean hit! It was a clean hit!
I was really sorry you weren't there for that. I thought it.
It's
I
all
thought
right.
he
It's
was
all right. I
alive.
enjoyed listening to it.
It really sucks that things didn't go all that well last week.
It was a good show last week.
It was a spectacular show. I really enjoyed it. Say, hey, do you want to get into the news?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's knock this out. Okay, everybody, it's the week in hockey news. How do you like that? Live special effects. What do you think of that? Are you impressed?
Yeah.
Oh, you're live and robust today. I'm so glad you're on. What's about it? Before we get in the news, is it the fact that your team's on a 7-game losing streak?
Oh, I knew this was coming
Oh,
up.
of course it was coming.
Oh, God. We got a point
Give
last
me a
night.
fucking break.
You know what? They're playing hard, and they don't have Kovalchuk.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes
They're
down
playing
to.
hard. They're really skating hard. I think Sullivan, him being acquired, is going to be a big move.
Big move. You better hope so, because they might be able to scrap their way in the playoffs without Parise, but they are not going anywhere. If not, miss the playoffs. They are now what? They're seeded 9th, correct?
Yeah, they're 9th, and they're 2 points out.
What a difference a week makes.
What's up?
Yeah, they're 2 points out. Yeah, there's like 9 games left.
They're 2 points out. I know they hold tiebreakers against the Islanders. So
yeah,
if they tie up with the Islanders, they would hold the.
No, don't worry. The Rangers could collapse. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's goal scoring. I mean, I don't know why you're not as angry as I am with the Rangers. The Devils aren't going anywhere if they make it. Even if they get in, you still have a serious problem unless somebody decides to become Evgeny Malkin in the playoffs. Aren't you a little concerned about that?
I am, but at the same time, the Devils have something that a lot of teams don't. Is that experience.
Yeah.
They have experience, and let's face it. Besides, like the Pittsburgh and Philly series from last year, all the playoffs is defense first, defense and goaltending.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll get a goal, and they're getting phenomenal goaltending from Marty. It's just like, and not to mention they're getting the chances. They're out shooting the opposition. They're getting chances. It's just that they're just not. They're not going in the net.
I will maintain.
Last game they hit not the game before the last game. They hit 3 posts.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
maintain.
I think they're going to get hot. I really think they're going to get hot.
But you have no actual reason. You just you feel it from the bottom of your soul.
I feel, and I'm not just as a fan. I just think that they're going to get hot. This is not the team. I think that they're going to get it all together and play a solid 2 games or something.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
My turn. All right, I'm going to stick with my original prediction. The Devils will make the playoffs. They're not going anywhere once they get there, but they will make the playoffs for exactly the reasons you said. The Devils are a hard-working team. There's no quit on it. They do have. I mean, they were there last year. They do have the experience to go in. I just don't think they have what it takes to go deep. I think it's going to be a very disappointing season. I think they'll probably more than likely snap out of this. The Islanders may fade, although they're a fighting team too. You really can't say anything too bad about the Islanders. There's a lot of heart there, but I think you'll be safe. It's just once you get in there, and it looks like they look like the '93 Devils to me.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs, not quite ready. But you're.
You know what? But it's teams like that. Look at the Kings last year.
That's true, but don't you think there's a lot more talent on there than the Devils? In fairness.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? The Kings, they didn't really have a big standout. I mean, Dustin Brown he's a good player, but they don't have the big standout. That was definitely a conjoint team effort with solid goaltending from Quick. Yeah.
The New Jersey Devils, I don't think have the skill level of the Kings, and they don't need the skill level in the place because they play in the Eastern Conference where it's a little more closed. And I think that's where your problem. But you think they're going to get hot? Hey, look, there's.
I think they will, and I think Kovalchuk's going to come back. And when he gets teamed up with Zubaris, they're gonna get hot. I don't think that they're going to make it past the first round.
Yeah.
This is a hockey. This is my hockey fan talking,
Sure.
not the Devils fan.
I am too, by the way. I'm not trying to be. I hope they lose every game for the rest of the season, which I do.
Yeah.
This is
Looking that way.
yeah, this is not your emotional side. This is not this side.
I don't know. I'm wearing pink and kissing guys. Anyhow,
Not that side, right?
not that side. This is the true hockey fan, not the belligerent New Jersey Devils fan. This
Cool.
is just.
Sure.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they're out the first round though.
Yeah.
Maybe in 6 games.
All right. We got to get into the news. That's our Jersey Devils talk. We'll get in the Rangers in a little bit. This really isn't top flight news, but I just think it's funny. Sidney Crosby debuts his new teeth. Do you want to listen to Sid the Kid talk about his tooth?
You could write a fucking novel on that tooth. Holy crap.
Let's listen to what Sissy has to say. Sidney Crosby talking about his new smile. Here he is.
No, I didn't see it at all. Felt it, but didn't see it. So it was, kind of a weird bounce, and just one of those things that happened. And I think that, having gone, kind of a week or however long it's been now, it's gotten better, and feel a lot better than I did, obviously after the first couple of days.
How many surgeries did you have to undergo for dental stuff in the jaw?
Just one so far for dental. Yeah. So, that's just kind of. I'm sure they'll wait and see how everything heals, and that'll kind of be a process here next.
Well, he's taking it like a champ. I mean,
He sounds
the bizarre
insane.
thing about this video is he keeps looking to the left. It's not like he got hit in the jaw. He got hit. And the other thing I find strange is he doesn't actually have the wire. He's not wired shut. Which I find.
He sounds like he's in pain. Like there's I haven't seen the video. It just sounds like everything's swollen.
He's
Kind of
extremely.
sounds like Sean Connery.
Well, I shook one to the tooth.
Yes.
The lower, the lower right side of his mouth, there's no teeth there. It looked like he lost every tooth. He's swelled, like his lips are swelled, which is amazing because they're pretty big. So, all right, you put your finger in the middle of your lower, and everything to the right is gone on the lower part of his mouth.
Wow.
It's completely gone. I don't know how he's going to get by. And he looks rattled. Like he's talking like Sidney usually does, and he talks like this, and we're going to really work hard. I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to what the critics say. But he's doing this weird thing like he's looking to the left constantly, even though the questions are coming forward. Or maybe they're not. It's just bizarre. But the teeth are gone. And they're quite funny.
Another 5 commandments been found in Long Island.
Andy says he looks better. He looks better. He just there's something about because I don't know. I guess the pillars are gone. I don't know. I just get such a big fucking kick out of his teeth being gone. I don't know why. I'm not gonna sound like a freak or anything. Well, I probably already do, but I don't know. Just a guy like him get his teeth taken out. It's just funny to me. I don't know. You get new ones. He goes on to say that he's going to get extensions later. He's just going to, or what the Facos later.
That's what Ken Danico has.
Oh God, Grusky doesn't have a real tooth in his mouth either. None of them have real teeth.
I have hanging up in the house. I have a picture of the Ken Danico plaque. Him holding up the cup in 03. Just It was like night and day. I said to Tracy, can you believe that guy is that guy when it's on TV?
Yeah, he's all squared away now. Hey, Ken Danico, I'd like to report it recently became an American citizen this week. Congratulations to Mr. Ken Danico. That's fantastic news. Mm-hmm. He's one of those Devils I kind of secretly liked. I'll be honest.
Oh, he's a folk hero.
He really is. Damn good defenseman. Not super talented, but the talent he did have, he worked, and he's tough as nails. Good fighter, too.
He was. He actually came into the league. He was scouted as an offensive defenseman.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, I guess he put up good numbers in juniors.
Are you thinking of Steven Stevens was an offensive defenseman one time, and then he kind of, under Demers, he changed his style a bit. Mm-hmm. You sure you're thinking of Stevens? Offensive defenseman. Ken Danico was not Bobby Orr.
Well, when they scouted him, they saying offensive defenseman. That's how they came into the league.
Weird. Hey, look at Roman Hammerlick was supposed to be a big guy too.
Yeah.
Now he's like 40 years old and begging for money. Poor Roman Hammerlick. All right, moving on to I want to run through the trades this week, or at least most of them. We'll just touch on them real quick and then move on real quick. Jason, the big trade, Jason Pominville from the Sabres runs over to the Wild, which he's already made an impact from what I understand. That's a real big pickup for the Wild. Would you agree?
Yeah, it is. And, the Wilds, they already have Parisi and Suter, and now Pominville is just look out for them.
This is a huge pickup. Leadership in the whole nine. Surprised he didn't end up. He's a captain. Surprised he didn't end up in the Pens. But really wasn't. Really wasn't.
You see that one meme? The Pens general manager said, "I must have all the leagues."
I saw that meme. I saw that meme. It was too funny. Jason Pominville to the match. So me and Jake both agree. I'll get to that one in a minute. Corey, this surprised the crap out of me. And we're going to get into him later in the audio files. Corey Conacher, the guy's running for the Vezina Trophy, gets dealt to Ottawa, which pretty much guarantees he's going to get the playoffs, for the Herman Munster of goaltenders, Ben Bishop.
I gotta go to Tampa Bay.
He just took one big step down, and there's a home in Tampa Bay now. He looks like when you put the cheat codes in NFL Blitz
With a big head.
To get really it's like really big players. He's a fucking monster.
I don't think Ben Bishop's that bad, but good luck in Tampa Bay.
He's a solid goaltender.
Yeah, I think he's good. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd want to go to Tampa in this point in time. Where's he from? Is he American?
I don't.
Beats me.
Bishop, he's from fucking outer space or something.
I was hoping he's Swedish for some reason. Look, this is not me being a Ranger. There's no way to talk about the trades. The Rangers really made some serious moves, and
yeah, wow.
It seems to have had some.
And they all did something like that night.
I know, isn't it insane? It was like a different hockey team. Now, I was saying the Rangers won't make it, and I tell you something. Playing the way they were playing prior to this trade, they're not going to make the playoffs. They have no heart, no spirit, no nothing. It all went away. Even the game they lost to Pittsburgh, they picked up a point, and it was a tremendous game. And they lost to the sideshow performance in the shootout. So I really can't complain about losing to them. It's not even a real game. I mean, you pick up a point. It's a tie, like Jersey Jason Letch says. But Clough he hasn't scored in 28 games. Immediately delivers for the New York Rangers, and that's just tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's big.
Did you catch any of the games? Did you see them skating?
I saw the highlights and stuff. He looked good.
I know. I wrote dirty things when they announced it on the Facebook website. I wrote dirty things to the Ranger people. They're like, "No, we just acquired Ryan Clough." I was like, "Who fucking cares?" And they deleting my posts and making me unlike the site and stuff. God, who cares? Because I didn't think anything could wake this team up. But Clough, it's a huge pickup. And this leads me to my next story. Is I guess I have to touch on it now. Let's see. Marian Gaborik.
It's a girl's name.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You know what? Here's my tribute to Marian Gaborik.
Bunch of pussy.
Goodbye. Goodbye. What a no-heart having punk. I'm absolutely glad. All the Ranger fans are crying, "Oh, he had 42 goals. He had 42 goals." Well, I guarantee he won't. He'll be in the KHL this time next year. I'm absolutely ecstatic to see this guy. I don't care. He frees up $6 million. The guy had no heart. He had plenty of opportunities. I don't know what happened. You know what? He shut down in the playoffs late when it got tight. I think this is I don't even care that we didn't get much for him. I mean, Puck Daddy called it a shocker. How is it a shocker? You have to get rid of a guy. He's underperforming. Who did they get for? This Broussard?
They got a bag of pucks or something. I don't know.
They didn't even. The guys they got performed. Hold on a second. They got more.
Yeah, hold on.
Trade the Raiders. They got John Moore, who had a good game. Derek Dorsett, who's actually I think hurt. And Derek Broussard, who had a friggin' beautiful goal against Pittsburgh. We kicked the shit out of Pittsburgh. Can you believe that?
I told you that Pittsburgh was going to cool down. I mean, come on.
Oh, you were right about that. I don't even mind having a Ginla over here now.
Yeah, thank you for the 3 points.
Goodbye, Mr. Gabrick. Good luck over there. Great
I think he's. You know what? I think Tortorella's using him wrong.
What do you think he should have done with him? Put him in net?
Yeah, you're out, Henrik.
Yeah, you're out.
No,
Put
he's
Gabrick in there. You can't seem to do anything else. He's making $6 million a year. Yeah, I just couldn't believe the Ranger fan overreaction to losing this guy. I really didn't understand it. He hasn't performed. You know, I keep on hearing he scored 40 goals last year. It really doesn't matter. And hockey is like, I don't know, a business. If you're underperforming, you're gone. And the amount of money versus the performance equals you're gone. And he wasn't that hot in the playoffs. Yeah, he had a few goals, but he wasn't. He really did nothing against the Devil. They need him to score. Now, my problem is they brought in Klo, a guy who hadn't scored 28 friggin' games to replace him. But
it seems like they took one headache and just got another and got rid of they got rid of a headache to get another headache.
That's what it seems like. But Klo's performing, so who cares? Goodbye.
How many goals has he had for you guys?
He has one, but he has I think he's got 3 points already. Goodbye.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I'm quite happy so far with Klo, but maybe he's one of these guys that just needed to change the scenery. And you've seen that before.
I mean, maybe Gabrick's maybe you need to change the scenery, and it goes to Hockey Siberia as Columbus.
KHL. Goodbye, Marion.
Literally, Hockey Siberia.
So long. Farewell.
Well, then get the fuck out of here, then.
Yeah, you are. Goodbye. So long. All right, we did Gabrick. Klo, we did. Rafi Torres, famous for getting that huge suspension last year when he hit Marian Hossa. Real dirty, dirty, dirty check because he's a dirty, dirty, filthy hockey player.
That's Dave's buddy, right?
Yeah, Dave really has a thing for Rafi. Rafi's not a bad defenseman by any means. And then they sent him over to
Chicago.
Yeah. They sent him to San Jose. I watched San Jose. I watched some of the San Jose game versus Dallas, and I thought he played well. But yeah, it's nice to know you're going to playoffs now. I suppose he's kind of a punk. One of the few Spanish-speaking players in the league, by the way.
Really?
Rafi.
Spanish is first language?
I think so. I read an article about him last year when he killed Marian Hossa. I am about to make and you can call me you can call me a pussy all you like. I'm about to make an announcement. I have been talked into hybridizing. Well, I want it tested at least. And it's because, and that doesn't give that punk Lampert over at Puck Daddy off the hook with me, with the way he talks about Matthew Schneider.
So what is hybridizing? Is that just
Here's what it is. What it avoids, first of all, is those chases for the puck that don't mean anything. So what happened? If there's, look, there's think about the two circles in front of the net. There's an imaginary line between them, right? If the player that can get the not the defending player, if the offensive player is ahead of that line, that invisible line, like a line of scrimmage, they blow off the icing, right? So in other words, if he's half a mile back and he's running in for it to try to get the icing waved off, they're going to blow it dead like a touch icing. It's just dead. But if there's a chance, like if he's close to that kind of invisible line, they're going to let the play go through. And I'm doing it a lot because I'm sick of guys getting hurt. And I think it's for stupid reasons. Look, guys are going to get hurt in hockey. Hell, guys are going to get paralyzed in hockey. This is not. Remember Pat Peake used to play for the Capitals?
Pat Verbeek?
Pat Peake, Asian guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He lost his whole career on a play like this. And Yoni Pikkinen, he seems to have lost his season because of this stupid stuff. So and I'm watching the tape right now. They're rusting. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it might have been this might have constituted as a hybrid icing. He looks like he was close enough. And this guy's season's over. God knows what's wrong with him. And it was a pointless play. And I'm all for it because it doesn't eliminate the chase of the puck, and you can't when I see these international games, especially games in Europe where they have no touch icing, they can kind of slow down the game deliberately. So I think this is a good thing that's going to help players, but I do want to see it first because I'm going to take Matthew Schneider's advice and not that Lampard dope, and I want to see it happen. Let's see some preseason games. Let's see half the season with it or something. This is a way to keep the chase of the puck there, but limit injuries. Look, guys are going to still get hurt going in, but there's no reason to get hurt on a stupid play. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
We got to see it work first. I know. Everybody's probably saying I'm a sellout. Yeah. I watched Don Cherry this week, and I don't always understand what he says, especially when he says shit like this.
I don't know. I'm wearing pink and kissing guys. Anyhow.
All right. I don't always understand what he says, but I think he was making a case for it. And by the way, no, that's not the reason I'm changing my mind. Yoki Pikkinen, Yoki Pikkinen. I don't want to see these guys get hurt for nothing plays. It's not a necessary play to have. Don't worry, they're not going to be able to fire the damn thing on the ice. They're not going to blow it dead. But as long as we got to see it. We got to see it because it's not worth these guys getting hurt.
Get rid of icing altogether.
And you know what? We'll be wasting all our time protecting icing, and we really got to be protecting hits and fighting. So that's why I'm almost tossing this one, and I think this might be a good one to toss. That's my opinion.
Yeah, just silence the public a little bit.
We got to see it, yeah, because I got so much heat on me. I got to do something. Hey, here's my house right now. Oh, they're trying to get in. They're trying to get in, Jake. Oh, broke my chair. All right, let's move on.
It's one thing Germans are good at is getting into houses and getting people.
Oh God, I live in a neighborhood where I live in what was a Jewish neighborhood at the time of that time. You know that?
Really?
And there's these. It's horrifying. Like there's these little gold plaques in the street, and it goes in front of each house where they went in and just pulled people out.
Oh God,
it's really horrible, man.
Oh,
I mean, I gotta be honest. It freaks me out so much. Like I step over them like respectfully. It's like, holy crap. And the weird thing was, I'll make this short. Don't worry. My daughter asked me what they were. And, she's 4. I can't really go into, there was this war. And, I just said to her, I said to her, I go, well, a long time ago, there were bad people in Germany, and they took these people out of their house. The police took them and took them away. And she said, well, why did they take them away? Well, I said, there were bad Germans, and they were in charge. So what happened was the good Germans and the good Americans took those bad Germans and put them in jail.
Ah, that's good.
And then, yeah, that's right. That's what I said. And then this is really shocking. She looks at me and she goes, like in a confused look. Maybe I can't express this over the radio. They took them out of their house? And I said, yes. And she said in German something to the effect of like, they just took them right out of their house. And I'm thinking to myself, here's this kid. I'm confused by this. I don't know how anybody could do something like that, and I'm trying to explain this to a 4-year-old. But it was really wow. Like she recognized how fucked up that was.
Wow.
Even at her age, it was kind of like a weird moment. But yeah, this is a Jewish neighborhood at one time, and they just came in your house and they took you away. And there was a synagogue right down the street, and they burned it to the ground. And there are pictures for all you fucking doubters out there. There are pictures. There is plenty of documentation. I've seen pictures of the place that they burned down, the synagogue they burned down is like right by the bar I drink at. So yeah,
shit.
It really happened. I really live here, and it's really documentable, and it's almost impossible to find for any of you guys that think, I don't think that happened. Moving on. Fuckface.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's really, really, really big. Hey, what's wrong with this video? You tell me. I don't know.
Ducks making moves for a deep Stanley Cup run. They acquire center Matthew Lombardi from the Phoenix Suns. Left wing Brandon McMillan goes to Phoenix in the trade.
He's onside to get some backhand score.
That was funny.
The Phoenix Suns.
I was wondering if you're gonna pick it up because I always like.
Took me a second. Like, wait a second. Oh. That's what they've been doing wrong in Phoenix. That's why no one's coming to watch their hockey games. They've been playing basketball players.
The reporters suck, man. They really do. That's why that's the reason I started this dumb show is because they interview guys like this.
Smash, smash, smash.
Yeah. I know about that guy because of a dumb reporter.
Smash, smash, smash.
I love that. I love smash, smash, smash.
You gotta Google. Do it after the show. Google hailstorm in Texas.
Oh, that might be great. I gotta find. I gotta add to my.
Boom shaka boom.
Oh, I don't know that one. You gotta send it to me. I have to send it to me.
I will. I'll send it to you during the break. It is hysterical.
One other big trade. Jaromir Jagr to Boston. How do you think it's going to affect Boston, if anything?
I think it's a good piece.
Isn't it a little weird for the Stars to kind of grab him out of nowhere and just ship him at the deadline, or is that the idea from the beginning?
I don't know. Maybe they got him just to put asses in the seats, and then probably it got old, and then they weren't doing it anymore, so they said, all right, well,
Jagr, one of the reasons Jagr's still playing is he really wants, he said one time, I got 2 Stanley Cups, my first and second year in the NHL, and I thought it was going to be like this every year because I had, Kevin Stevens and Mario Lemieux and Larry Murphy and Kjell Samuelsson and Elf Samuelsson, and I thought it was going to be like this, but it didn't work out that way, and he never got a sniff at a cup since. He really does have a tremendous chance to win a Stanley Cup. Boston could win the Stanley Cup this year, guys. Very, not impossible. Far from impossible. I think...
the gorgeous goaltender, Tuukka Rask.
He speaks perfect English. I thought he spoke real goofy.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Yeah. He doesn't...
Swedish.
He sounds kind of normal, which kind of sucks. Because I want him to sound all weird.
You want him to sound like this? I'll stop that puck coming from miles and miles away.
Yeah, I just want him. I don't want him to throw shit in the locker room and threaten reporters. that's really.
Did they ever ask him about why he gets so bent out of shape about shootouts?
Yeah, I would. Here's what I'd say to him.
You're a big boy. Use your big boy words.
That's what I want to do.
I would ask him, why do you get so upset over these shootouts? And
Yeah, and this would happen. That'd be it. Look out! Tuukka's here. He's pissed. He just dropped one to PK Subban. Oh! Well, do the 5-hole.
The best was he went to go swing his stick and slam it up against the boards, and
yes,
he missed. And
he missed and earned an epi.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over let me go to all the trades since Iginla. I gotta fucking make this bigger because I'm blind as a bat. All right, let's take this from Iginla on, and then end this poor shit. All right, Edmonton gets Cale Casey. I'm just going to read these off real quick. And if you stop me if there's one that's mildly interesting, because a lot of these trades don't mean shit, and you and me both know it. Cale Casey gets picked up by Edmonton, comes from the Phoenix Coyotes for Tobias Rader. Philadelphia
Suns.
What's that?
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns. Did I say the Suns?
No, you said Coyotes.
Thank God.
Spit it out. You're a big boy. Use your big boy words.
Let me read this, please. I want to really learn to be a broadcaster. This is like my chance. This is my chance. All right, Philadelphia requires Kent Huskins for a conditional draft pick in 2014 for the Detroit Red Wings. Jordan Leopold for a second-round draft pick and a fifth conditional round draft pick gets that from Buffalo, and Leopold heads from the Buffalo fire sale to St. Louis. Real good pickup for St. Louis, by the way. Excellent pickup, and we'll get to their other one. Michael Handzus gets picked up by Chicago for a fourth-round draft pick from St. Louis. Holy shit, look at this guy's name. Harry Zolnix for Jay Rosehill. Who cares? Robin Rieger. He goes to LA trades Rieger to Buffalo. They pick up 2 draft picks. It's obviously Buffalo's going to try to rebuild. Here's the other big trade. They kind of got with the Clo and the Iginla stuff. Defenseman Jay Bouwmeester from Calgary. St. Louis picks Jay Bouwmeester up for a conditional first-round draft pick.
That's a good trade.
That's a big trade.
That is a good trade for St. Louis. That is a
great trade. They robbed Calgary. Calgary got ganked. Not like they're going anywhere. It's probably a
fire sales from the Flames, Yeah,
that was really the fire sale.
Yeah.
It's out in Calgary. Everything must go. And it did. So, conditional first round. They also got defenseman Mark Condari, sounds Italian, and Rito Berra, another Italian, goaltender. So they get those guys. Marc-Andre Bergeron, Carolina picks up him, and they send forward Matt Hall in a 7th-round draft pick. 7th-round draft pick. I mean, after this, does anybody even watch you after the first round? I mean, Jesus.
Nah. And
he's
any
drafting
sport,
from Major League roller hockey at that point, 7th round. I think I got drafted in the 7th.
This guy won the Visco Cup in 2013. He is going to be a solid goaltender in the 8th round.
Hey, I got drafted in 1996 in the 12th round, but I didn't find out about it until 1999.
Really?
No, I didn't get drafted. I would have been very happy in the AHL, though. I could have made a lot. I would have been very happy playing there.
Uh-huh.
I would have done it. So would you. I got news for you. Vancouver gets Derek Roy and they send Kevin. I can't say his name. Fuck it.
I like
second
that.
round draft pick.
I love. He's a quick player, just good skill.
Roy?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him, but I mean,
Roy or is it Wah?
I don't know. It's spelled the same.
Yeah.
And his first name's Derek. That's like an Irish German name, or I don't know.
A lot of black people I know named Derek.
I don't know. Phoenix acquires Matthew Clarkson from the Washington Capitals, and they send Joel Relicks. Really got to learn these names. I'll get good at this one day. You watch. It'll improve over time. Boston acquires Jaromir Jagr from Dallas. Boston sends Lane McDermott, forward Cody Payne, and a 2nd-round conditional draft pick. What does that mean, conditional draft pick? Like, all right, we're going to give you one 2nd round, but we might not.
Well, conditional draft pick means that they have certain stipulations that they have to meet. Like if he was to score like 6 goals from the time that he was traded,
yeah,
and if it was in there that he needs to score 7 goals, that conditional draft pick could go down to like a 3 or a 4.
Check out the brain on Brad. Really? How did you know that?
I don't know.
I got a cough. Hold on. Okay. That's normal.
Yeah.
Dallas acquires Cameron Guntz.
Guntz.
And they send Thomas Vincor to...
Nice German name.
I don't know what I just made it up. I'm sure I'm really butchering it. Ryan Clough, New York Rangers. Rangers sent a second-round draft pick, a third-round draft pick, and a conditional second round in 2014. I tell you something. He goes on and has a long career with the Rangers, and it's a good one. That's starting to look like a fucking steal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, look. Hey, Ranger fans. Only a few games in. Everybody relax. All right, I'm skipping ahead to all the friggin'... I'm not doing all of them after all. We talked about Bishop. Gabrick. Steven Diesel. And Blake Perrat. They're probably, I guess, playing the Connecticut Whale. Go to Columbus. Rangers get Dorsett, Moore, Bassard, and a sixth-round draft. Ponneville we talked about. Torres we talked about. We'll talk about your team. Steve Sullivan, forward. Didn't he play for the Devils once before?
He was drafted by them in '94. He got traded away for Doug Gilmour.
So Sullivan's old as dirt. Wait a minute. How old is Sullivan?
He is old. He has a lot of years.
He's traded for Doug Gilmour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Sullivan.
Yeah.
What's he famous for? Did he used to play in Chicago?
I don't know.
I think he did.
He's been all over the place.
Well, some experience in there wouldn't hurt the Devils. 7th round. They said a 2014 7th round pick. And that's all I really want to talk about.
No draft picks this year.
That's all I really want to talk about.
They have no draft picks.
Couple of videos I want to point out. There's this... hockey must be really taking off in Austria. Maybe I should just move one country over. There is this under 15 how do you say 15? 15. Under 15 hockey video, and it's completely bizarre because you don't even see this in the NHL or even the minor leagues too often nowadays. These three Austrian jump off the bench. We'll call them the black team, and they attack the white team. Initially, everybody acts like Europeans, right? And why this spectacular brawl's going. What was that? Everybody acts like Europeans. All the white teams, they all start running away like a bunch of girls. And the goalie gets punched, and all of a sudden, people actually start dropping their gloves and really going at it. And these guys are under 15. This is like unheard of in European hockey, especially on 15-year-olds. The team was named the Austrian EC Red Bull Salzburg and the ECA Junior Capitals. And it was, these guys just like climb up. You don't really see bench clearing balls even in pro. You see line brawls, but never like bench clears. So check that out in the colored links in the screen. I'm definitely putting this. And that leads me into my other worst hockey fight of 2013. Two Swiss players.
This tops off the one that you and Dave were talking about?
No! This happened like today, or like the last day or so. It's completely bizarre. Two Swiss players get into a quasi-hockey fight, which I thought they broke up over here, but they didn't take their gloves off. They just hit each other with their gloves back and forth. And I'll put that one up there, too. This was in Switzerland, another German-speaking country. What the hell's going on over here? Just drop your gloves and fight.
That's right.
You make Europeans look bad. Oh, God. NHL hoping to keep the Phoenix Coyotes in Phoenix. I can't figure out fucking why. But NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said the league will focus. He said the league's focus is to leave the Coyotes in the desert.
Because hockey is very well played in the desert.
Yeah. It's worked out so well. Mm-hmm. Like the Atlanta Flames. Oh, they left. The Thrashers. Oh, they left too.
Hey, Colorado, they have a team. And
they also got an awesome. They inherited an awesome team.
Yeah.
And it is kind of cold up there. NHL and further NHL news. The NHL is announcing an outdoor game in Los Angeles versus the Ducks.
What?
This week. I'm not kidding you. This comes from
Is it going to be on that ice service?
Yeah. I don't think they've worked out all the kinks yet.
Better. I want to see them have a roller hockey game.
That would be kind of neat.
Scrimmage.
Yeah, so I really don't.
Do you remember Pro Beach Hockey?
Yes, I do. Ron Duguay played in it. That's how good my memory is.
It was
Pretty good,
fun.
huh?
I wish I was still around. They should do that.
Sucked. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't Ron Duguay. Was that Ron Duguay? There was one of them that was like normal, and then there was the pro beach hockey.
They had like a ramp in back of the net.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And a 2-point shot.
Yeah, they also had a 2-point shot. Yeah, I didn't really dig it. There was one before that was just normal. It was like a precursor to the RHI. And I think that's the one Duguay played in. Maybe he played in the second one. No, it was a dumb idea. Roller hockey should be 4-on-4, hitting, and that's about it. I wish the scores were a little lower, that's all. I think roller hockey, inline, that's what the professionals say, right? I think inline hockey could be great. You know what they need to do? They need to have 6 teams. Here's a formula. Concentrate them on a summer league. Try to get an ESPN weekly show. Do a lot of shit in the internet, and you could promote this game. And nobody can really figure out how to do that. Although the MLRHA has been around for a while.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to fight in that league. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't. I mean, all the leagues I played in is just, have all been rec leagues. No one's fighting or hitting each other.
Well, these guys. The MLRHA, which in your inline hockey, they had a pro team there at one point, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't think they do anymore. I forget what they're called. They're the New Jersey Bullets, I think they were called.
Actually, I went to camps for the Rock and Rollers.
Oh, really?
That they held. Great. Mike Taddeo. He was a defenseman for the Rock and Rollers.
Yeah.
And this is when it was like big, like in the mid-'90s, like 97, 98.
That's when it really took off. And it really, a lot of it had to do with the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup. Messier had brought a team, and they started really promoting it. I mean, you had a few years like that's the one I'm thinking of, the Duguay. They did a weekly game on ESPN all summer until the hockey season, and it grew in the 90s. And then over there in Fords Park, they put up 2 rinks where me and you are from.
Yeah, and they actually resurfaced them and redid them.
Just recently? Yeah, because they've been up for like 10 years now. Wards are still in good shape, though, last time I was there.
Yep, everything was redone.
That's great. I tell you something. We really built hockey in New Jersey. Like the
That's
kids.
Right.
And I guess you were like the second generation. You took it up when we left.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not from Fords. I'm actually from South.
Yeah, but everybody went over there,
Did
you play in Carteret?
Yes, I have played in Carteret. This is going to come to a shock. I have never stepped foot on the Fords Park roller hockey rink.
Are you kidding me? It's good surface though.
I know.
Good job over there.
I just haven't.
No kidding.
I don't know why. I've never stepped foot. There's been a few times I was going to go, but it was all locked up.
Oh, they locked it up? I think you get in there anytime. They put 2 of them there. They knocked down those tennis courts, mostly because we tore them down. They put those things in there. I remember
and normally there's Mexicans playing soccer in there. It's hysterical.
And once they go in there, nobody's on their skates.
A bunch of Goya malt bottles all over the place.
That's terrible. A bunch of Mexicans in there. That's too funny. I think that's it. That's the news. There's a bunch of Mexicans in there now. Let me guess. Nobody tells them to get off, huh?
No,
absolutely not. All right, that's the news. That's the weekend.
They wouldn't even understand what I was saying.
Hey, Paco. Hey, I got my missions, and my buddy Jake here. Why don't you piss off? And they give you that dead staring into space look.
Okay. No hablo español.
Yeah.
There was one. When I was at work. I was talking to this one of our customers, one of his workers, and I was trying to talk to him. I was like, yeah. I was trying to ask him the question, and I go, hold on, I have a translator in my phone. You could tell he was like, fuck, now I have to actually talk to this guy because now he couldn't use I don't speak English.
You think he likes hockey?
Why, you looking for shot from the Point Deportes?
Oh, God, that'd be great. Shot from the Boy Deportes.
And Scott Gomez.
Yeah, I don't even think Scott Gomez speaks Spanish. Where's he nowadays? San Jose?
San Jose, yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you guys get rid of him?
Because you guys wanted him and we didn't want to pay him.
Yeah, that was it. That's the way it usually goes. And then we shipped him to Montreal, right? Where?
Yep. I think he cut him.
Yeah. What happened? Why did he suck for us?
I don't know.
I thought you'd have some insight on that.
Big fish, little pond, big fish.
Yeah, I wonder about that sometimes. We got Bruce Driver, too, and John McClane at some point, I think. Did we get McClane? Yeah, I think we did.
You had McClane for like a cup of coffee. You also had Bobby Holik.
Yeah, we did have a Holik for a little while.
Sikora.
I think Holik was just trying to stay in the New York area or something.
Mike Dunham.
Yeah. Well, he never played for you guys.
Yes, he did. Mike Dunham. We drafted Dunham.
You drafted, but you guys never played him.
Yeah, well, he was our goalie for a little bit.
I know. I mean,
he was our backup.
What do you need him for? God, Marty was playing like 70 games. When I was back in the States, Marty was playing like 70 games a year.
Yeah, but you know what? I think him and Marty actually, I think, shared the Vezina one year.
Really? Oh, you mean the Jennings?
Yeah, I think it was the Jennings.
Yeah, but everybody shares. Use your big boy words. Everybody shares the Jennings. It's like it's almost like a team. It's a team award, but they give it to the two goalies, which is bizarre.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. All right. You want to go on break?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. Introduce your cousin's band.
Third time. This is last picked. They are a ska band from Rahway, New Jersey. They're not together anymore. They're a really good band.
Maybe if we give them a spin, this will be like the story they need to get back on their feet and go right to.
This will be on the Behind the Music on VH1 for them. And then one day I was just randomly searching "Shot from the Point" hockey podcast, and we heard it, and I said, "We got to get back together."
You know, if those guys at Shot from the Point think we could do it, I think we could put our differences aside.
Some fat guy used to follow us around, and some dude in Germany. So yeah, no, this is called "We Don't Cry Over Spilled Water." Really good ska band. One of my favorite local bands from New Jersey.
Absolutely.
And
okay.
So,
you want to give them like a big radio introduction or anything?
Yeah.
Ladies
and
like busting
gentlemen,
their balls at this point.
Last picked with "We Don't Cry Over Spilled Water."
Oh God, it was lifeless. You want me to show you how to do it?
Yeah.
Coming up in your top 20 countdown, moving up 9. No, maybe I'm not doing it too well. Your top 10 countdown, moving up 2 spots to number 1. We Don't Cry Over Spilt Water. Last pick. See you on the other side of the break. See that?
I can do it.
All right, see ya.
Yep, see it.
To scream, I've had enough. He stood up, looked around. It's again. He said, "Jail beyond that hill is where our lives begin." And they drove on into the distance, humming a song of freedom and resistance, and they were gone without saying their goodbyes. Said, "Where do we go from here?" Said, "Let's try not to think, just breathe the air. Let it fill your gut, 'cause life's not fair." anymore. I think we both know what it feels like. This emptiness that fills us seeps out slowly from the inside, and we sing. Grass is always greener when you're driving past it. Generation older candles with the waxy place of plastic. We gas for air, but get dioxin. There's nothing there. We're getting used to it. Beat up for the phoenix, rising from the ashes. Bear the ashes all with fashions, and the rising is slapping at stop signs and cutting through long lines. The world spins, we'll sing it stops, we'll dig a hole and live inside of it. Yeah! So breathe the air. We got saved up in our fists. The oxygen sustains our brains just so our hearts can kiss. So close your eyes, and maybe you'll see it's there for you. It's always been, and now I know it's always there for me.
That was last picked. We don't cry over spilt water. Thank you very much, guys. Give a big shout out to your cousin. Thank you very much, Jake. And I do dig the song, and I've always kind of meant it to get into the whole ska thing, but I guess the ska and the hardcore crowd around New Jersey when this stuff was going out were like the hipsters of my day, and I found them quite irritating. But the music's pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. Real cool tune.
Yeah. You know what? They're not like all this like pick it up like type of ska band. They're like more of like a emo type ska band.
Yeah, I dug what they were doing. I thought they were really first of all, the recording's really good. It's really quality, and I do dig the video. We'll definitely be putting a link to that, and I dug it. I thought it was good. I'm not just droning on or fucking pushing your band or whatever, your cousin's band. All right. I got a beer now. I'm much more relaxed. And there's a young San Jose Sharks fan, and he's very, very upset about the Ryan Clough trade. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. There's also one with Gabrick.
Is there? Oh, God. Maybe you have to send me this now.
Jay posted it.
We might have to check that then. Hold on. Well, let's check with this kid first.
Yeah.
But honey, it's just hockey.
I don't care if it's just hockey.
Babe, but we can still be a fan of his.
I know.
He's just going to be on the Rangers now.
Yeah,
but then
thanks, kid.
every time we play against him, they're going to fight against him.
No. Who's he going to fight?
What if he fights people?
He's going to fight Joe Fort and kick his ass, kid.
We could still cheer for him. And then it'll be fun when the Sharks play the Rangers.
I know, but that means when I play Xbox, like what happens if there's a new game that said NHL 14 and Ryan Clough was on the Rangers?
Yeah. Can you trade on the Xbox game?
No.
You can't?
You can't trade teams.
Yeah, you can. Can you, Jake?
Okay, we can still be happy for him that he gets to play on the Rangers. We like the Rangers.
Oh.
I know, but we never even watched them.
Yeah.
We never even watched them. Poor kid, huh?
Are you sad?
I'm sad about everything the Sharks have done.
I know.
I'm so mad at
He sounds like me when Messier went to Vancouver.
First world problems.
I can't get NHL 14 right. Poor kid. We busted your chops. Hey, I hate when your favorite player gets traded. Hey, listen, there's a lot of Marion Gabbert crybabies out there too, kid.
I was really upset when Scott Niedermayer went out to I didn't cry.
That was a good move for him. Well, I mean, the kid's 7.
Yeah,
I'm
I think I was 19 when he got traded. So
Jay put up something, Lech?
Yeah, it was like this small, it was like last week. It was about the Marion Gabbert trade. It was probably like 30 seconds long. About this kid crying about it. You could barely understand him. You could just hear him say, I miss Gabbert.
All right, Shot from the Point team member, Jersey Jason Lech, he's got a similar video, and it's actually shot with the same stupid iPhone on the other side. So, the trade deadline is hard for people. Here we go. Here's a kid.
Back now.
Hey, babe.
I'm a back now.
My daughter's 4 years old. She's tougher than you,
You gotta isolate that.
Hey, let me tell you something. A lot of jerk-offs on my Facebook page were crying like that, too. He had 40 goals. You know what seems to get me? Nobody seems to realize this has, and always, there's all the players nowadays.
Maybe John Tortorella should talk to this kid.
Would be great. Take him aside and say, hey, listen, this is a part of cocky. But I want Gabrick!
Well, get the fuck out of here, then.
Yeah. Oh, kid, I'm not going to say anything about you. But, a lot of Ranger fans are pussing out over this. Look, it's hockey, guys. It's hockey. Guys get traded. He wasn't performing, he got traded. And if he'd made probably $2 million less, he'd probably still be on the damn team. That's the way it works. That's hockey. It's sports.
Obviously, he wasn't paying attention to the stats.
What's that?
Obviously, he wasn't paying attention to the stats.
No, he was just his favorite player. I don't know. Would I have cried like a girl if Don Mattingly got traded when I was a kid?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I think I'm gonna cry. I think I would have probably shed a tear if Marty got traded.
Marty was never going anywhere. I knew Marty would never leave the Devils when he signed for so little after 1995.
Yeah.
Re-signed for so little. I knew he was never going anywhere because there wasn't a place he couldn't go.
Yeah,
because they got a match too at that. Was that after the? Yeah, that was after the '94 agreement. So I never understood why Marty even stayed in New Jersey so long. He didn't went to Chicago or Detroit. He would have got paid to the ass. Montreal. That's another thing. I always figured he'd finish up in Montreal.
I was thinking the same thing too. I mean, he's an icon up there.
He's an icon in New Jersey, and you're right. It is the house that Marty built, and I'm glad he built it. I am.
He also does have the Martin Brodeur hockey rink in Montreal.
Oh, does he? I will say this too.
Him and Lyle Odeline and another player
really?
actually have a chain of pizzerias in Canada.
We do want a pizza. We have first pizza?
Well, I think they were just trying to, because Lyle Odeline used to play for Jersey, and I think it was actually another player that played for the Rangers or the Islanders, trying to get good pizza, because obviously it's hard to find good pizza in Canada.
The farther you go from Manhattan, you can taste it as you go down 95.
Yeah.
It's so true. Now, there's a difference style of pizza in Boston. It's very good, but it's not like New York pizza. And Chicago's got that pan thing going on, and that's good pizza too. But what most people don't know is most pizza is really it's Italian American. It's not Italian. Pizza's not really Italian. It's Italian American. Like corned beef and hash is not really Irish. It's Irish American. These are traditions that were started in the States by those ethnic groups. Just to drop some knowledge, even though I didn't go to college on you.
Boom, hamburgers. Not really American.
Yeah.
American German.
Our next clip is from a very angry Boston Bruins fan. Jakey feels gypped that they didn't get a Ginla. Would you feel gypped?
I would if it was definitely destined that he was going to my team.
Yeah.
I feel gypped, but I don't think I would take it to the extent that this gentleman did.
All right, this is a crazy Boston Bruins fan.
Because this was Jerome McGinley's decision. He basically said, Pittsburgh, Boston, fuck Boston.
Yeah.
I'm going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So you know what that means, Jerome?
You ever wonder why Jerome McGinley wouldn't want to go to Pittsburgh or go to Boston? Can you imagine why not?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
What amazes me about this whole thing is that he does not utter the N-word.
Yeah, it shocks me.
I hope someone takes your fucking head off when the Bruins play you, because we're playing you in a few weeks here in Boston, and I hope all the Bruins fans are ready for this. I hope the Bruins players are steaming pissed at this.
I doubt they give a shit.
Yeah.
Unless somebody knew Jerome and they wanted to play with him.
I don't even think they would be upset, Think about it. The NHL is like if you were working for is the company and you're working for different branches. So who would care?
That's what most people don't realize. I miss Barry and Garrick. Let's see if he says the N-word.
Lucic takes his fucking head off, and then Chara takes his head, and then rips up the floor with a parquet for where the Celtics play under the ice is, and pulls a basketball hoop out of the fucking locker room, and then runs down the goddamn court at 100,000 miles an hour, just like his slap shot, jumps up in the air, triple sow cow double axle, and spikes Jerome McGinley's fucking head through the basketball hoop, and the glass shatters all over the place, and then every player on the Bruins grabs a piece of the glass that shattered from the basketball hoop and goes over to Jerome McGinley's twitching nerve body and stabs him one at a time with every piece of glass. The entire team just stab, 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 and then
stab, 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 stab.
I think this guy over-exaggerates just a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think he's upset that Ginla didn't come to his team. Maybe he would have been more happy with Joel Ward.
That's right. PK Subban. It was actually, I think he's just watching him. Like after we did that Montreal, when we were doing Team of the Week.
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to him. He's becoming one of my favorite non-Devil players.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he's.
I think I want to get his jersey.
Yeah, me too. I agree. He's also probably going to win the Norris this year.
Yeah.
Which is good for him. All right, our friend isn't done.
And we kill Matt Cook. And that's what we kill.
That's okay with me. I hate Matt Cook.
Ottawa fans are jumping on that one.
Yeah. Everybody drives down from Ottawa, and they get on 95, and they go all the way to...
That's right. They have their passports in hand,
yeah.
And then they just drive 100,000 miles an hour, the speed of Chara's slap shot.
Hold on. We're not done.
Matt Cook and light his jersey on fire.
Oh.
We go after Sidney Crosby, okay? And then while all this is going on and all this is taking place, then the Bruins strip every single one of the Penguins naked.
What?
Oh, wow, it's getting sexy.
Hey now!
Hey.
Another Blaine Howard Stern ripoff, but I actually do say that in real life. Naked? I think he's mad.
I think he's sexually frustrated.
He's...
And then I take pictures of him, and I make him pose in certain ways. And then...
All right, he's not done.
the Pittsburgh Penguins are naked, and the Bruins finally beat the Penguins for the first time this season, 5-0, by the way. And then once the Pittsburgh Penguins are all naked, then everyone in the crowd, nobody knows this, but we all have marbles, and we all throw marbles as hard as we can at the naked Pittsburgh Penguins players, and they've got these red fucking dots all over them like they got paintballed to death the day before, and it's uncontrollable madness and mayhem and craziness. And then, when we're finally done, we will all sneeze on the corpse of Jerome McGinley. Thank you very much. I am done.
Does this guy have his own show?
Hey, listen, that comes courtesy. That was Joe Cornyn of the Joe Cornyn Show. And we goof on Joe, but he actually gave me permission to play that, and I really appreciate it. It was really funny. And Joe has a spectacular show that he runs on YouTube. He does pretty much what we do, but he's been doing it longer. And he has something like 200 subscribers. He got 4,000. He got 4,000 hits on that sucker. You know that?
He has no Harlem Shake video.
Yeah, beat that, Joe. But we really we goof on Joe. But that was radio gold as far as I'm concerned. I think that was spectacular. And
he gets an epi this week.
Yeah, should we give an epi?
Yeah, give him
for Joe Cornyn's rant. Here you are, sir. An epic burp. But no, I'm actually being serious for a second. We goof on Joe, and Joe is not a racist, as far as I know.
Yeah, I know. Like, being from Boston, I'm just surprised, just throw an N-word in there and just,
Hey, maybe you get his bet. Hey, Joe, there's a couple guys from Jersey picking on you. Here, this one's for you.
Step, 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 step. Step, 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 step.
Hey, what do you think about Gabrick going to Columbus?
Step, 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 step.
You know what? But he doesn't sound like he's from Boston. He acts like he's from Boston, but he doesn't sound like he's from
he
Boston.
is. Oh, maybe because he's not a stereotype.
Oh, they all sound,
Oh my God, Kai, the guy from the internet's here.
Smash, smash, smash.
And here's Joe.
Step, 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 step.
Smash, smash, smash.
And here's Joe.
Step, 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 step.
I wonder if all is better now because they got Yager.
Yeah, I'd like to ask him about that. I wonder if he'll talk to us after this.
I'd love to get him on. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you should have.
Oh, by the way, it's a bit. Just to let you know, Jake. It's a bit. I'm pretty sure it's a bit. I've listened to his other stuff, and it's a little more on the level. And
does he talk about like Rajon Rondo and stuff?
no, he's just in hockey and wrestling, and I don't know what else is he. What is it? Well, I'll tell everybody else up too, because we're gonna put a link up for Joe Cornyn Show. Joe does a great job. He's very professional, and I think he's working through a job for. He's a wrestling guy. So he cut a wrestling.
If you're watching this video, we're going to go live on my YouTube channel. So
we're not.
Click on my YouTube channel. And then there should be a video.
Yeah, well, it's a bit. He cut a wrestling promo. Is what he did.
He sounds like he's really into wrestling by the exaggeration.
That's really. He's not a racist. He's not. He's unfortunately he was born in Boston, and like some people are born with disabilities, and he just happened to be born with the Boston area.
I'm sure he can say a lot about us being born in Jersey.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested in the response.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew what he was in for when we got a hold of him, but really, everybody, if you're into wrestling, and this guy's a spectacular broadcaster. I'm not joking around. This guy's a great broadcaster. We had a lot of fun with him, but he's good stuff, and I hope that we can align shows. That's what I would hope. So moving on. All right, this one is brought to you courtesy by Jersey Jake Link. It's a I don't know from what year it was. But it's, I guess, Michigan State, I think, game. And what they do in college is they try to get these guys to learn how to broadcast. So, they have this, college hockey, American college hockey is real high-level hockey. I mean, if you live near a school like Michigan or Minnesota or, they're lucky enough to go to like a beanpot tournament, I highly recommend it because it's tough. These guys, a lot of these guys are going to the NHL. I mean, Jeremy Roenick came from this system, and what they do is, for all the losers like me and Jake that weren't talented enough, they put guys like us in the booth. So, and I do have a certain amount of sympathy for this guy because broadcasting and podcasting, and it's not easy. There's a lot of times I'll say something and there'll just be this dead silence on the other side when Jake is there, and then I'm like, oh my god.
That's just because I'm probably just not paying attention and watching my cat take a shit or something.
Yeah. But this is a Michigan guy. I don't even know what the other team is, but that's not important. So you have the guys in the booth, and then you know what this is? This is young Pierre Maguire. Here we go.
Clinton, Charles.
It's funny. I gotta say, this guy's name's Charles Clinton, which is bizarre, and I think this is taped in the '90s, if I had to guess. And it starts off, and the sound isn't even on, which is too funny. I mean, it's just a thing to see. Everything goes wrong.
You can see in the video. You can see him, the guy pointing at him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So wonderful.
Charles Clinton reporting on Michigan hockey.
About is that Billy Sauer has never lost a playoff game at Yost Ice Arena in his career. He's also never lost to University of Nebraska Omaha before, and he's hoping that he'll have a chance to win the CCHA playoffs this year. Back to you guys.
Well, Sauer may very well be the catalyst for this Wolverine team. Come on this penalty kill. Let's send it back down to Charlie.
Okay, guys, one of the reasons why University of Nebraska is having a hard time scoring is because one of their leading scorers is out. Ryan Marshall, their leading scorer, is out with a leg injury. He's got 43 points leading the team. Back to you guys.
Back to you guys. Thanks, Charlie. Let's take it back down to Charlie Clinton. Charlie?
Guys, we got a debut today, Eric Elmblad. He's a sophomore defenseman, and he made a nice hip check earlier and got called for a penalty for it. And so far, that's all he's been doing today, but he's been replacing Scooter Vaughn.
Yeah.
And back to you guys.
Back to you guys.
Well, we don't know how much longer Scooter Vaughn will be out of the lineup. Puck is knocked out into the Nebraska-Omaha bench.
I really get a kick how the other guys are like super professional, even though they're college kids, and this guy is just like, it's obvious like his dad works at the university.
You can tell like he probably got a job somewhere as a producer on some radio show somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's probably not in front of the camera or
all that much.
Yeah.
Hey, back to you, Chuck.
Let's send it back down to Charlie Clinton. Charlie?
Guys, Chad Kolarek is 2/3 of the way to a hat trick. His line mate, Kevin Porter, has already scored one against Nebraska-Omaha earlier in the season on Nebraska's second. It's the only hat trick of his possibly Hobie season. Back to you, guys.
Well,
by the way, Michigan's up 4.
Send it back down to Charlie.
All right. I'll tell
Michigan's like up like 14-0
you saw Nebraska-Omaha
right?
score their only goal.
Yeah, let me rewind this a little bit. When I look at the score is 8-1 at this point. So, back to Chuck.
Guys, you saw Nebraska-Omaha score their only goal on the power play so far. They actually have the best power play percentage in the country in the CCHA, with converting at 23% compared to 22% for Michigan, who's in second place.
Really?
Back to you, guys.
Yep, you called it, Sean Hunwick.
It's now 10-1, by the way.
Let's send it back down to Charlie.
Great game by Billy Sauer.
Guys, Michigan's Travis Turnbull scored
Somebody was
a goal
fucking
at
with
the
him.
end of the second period.
Did you hear that, Jake? He's like, hey, stop. Somebody's like messing with him. It's a
Somebody's like probably sitting right there going, "Back to you, guys."
Yeah, I know they're probably gooping on him and grabbing their like mooning him and stuff and giving him the finger. Hey, stop! Knock it off, man! I'm on the air. Back to you, Chuck.
I'm sure because this went viral.
What's that?
If he hasn't jumped off a bridge because after this video went viral.
I know. I think I'm guessing this is back in the 90s. Maybe early 2000s.
I don't know. I saw it like last year, and then I remembered it. I was like, I gotta send this to
fucking
Tommy.
gold, dude. Back to you guys.
He had a chance to start earlier in the year in place of Chad Kolarek, who was injured with a groin pull.
Chuck doesn't even like hockey.
That was today's goal. Was his first since he started starting. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Charlie. As Billy Sauer is getting a loud ovation from his Michigan.
Hey, listen! All the credit in the world to those guys in the booth for not falling down laughing. By the way, they're real consummate professionals.
Yeah, if this was you and I'd be like,
oh God, I'd be yelling at him between periods. Stop embarrassing yourself, you jerk off.
No, just keep going. You're doing good.
Back to you guys. Yeah, I think that's like a new clip. That's definitely going on the soundboard. That's definitely going on the soundboard.
Stab. Back to you.
You like stab. Oh, it's gold. Oh, I got one, and then we'll probably end it. Let me check this one out. All right, here we go. There's a new Swede on the Rangers. His name is Jasper Fast. F-A-S-T. Close relative of Jonathan Quick. Jasper Fast. And he's Swedish. That's really all I know. Here you go.
United.com. I'm Jim Cerny, joined by Jesper Fast, who skates with the Rangers today for the first time. How did it feel to get out there with the boys finally? I know you've been waiting a week or two for this, so what was it like for you?
It was very fun. I was very excited to be here, and this organization.
Well, what else you have to say, Jasper?
In Sweden. What do you expect the biggest challenges to be coming to play?
What's your favorite song?
It's the physical game. It's more rink, so I have to adjust myself for that. But I'm just taking day by day to see what happens, and hopefully I can.
Alright, I don't know. I didn't know anything that kid said. But as soon as I heard him talk, that's all I could think about.
IKEA.
That's all I hear, you know? That and...
Step!
Yeah.
I don't know. You know who my favorite person to hear talk was? Bobby Holik, because he sounded like he had Down syndrome.
What was wrong with him?
I don't know.
He was one of those guys that came over the wall though too. He's like old Czech. He came over the wall. I mean, like nowadays, Czechs can speak fluent English, but they weren't allowed to know anything Western prior to the wall falling. You know, there's two guys. Bobby Holik's he's a few years older than me. You know, so he's naturally going to sound.
Hearing him what he would do is hey, this is the Sports Radio 66. Bobby Holik speaking. That's how it sounded.
Hey, hold on. We got Henrik Lundqvist on the line. I don't know. I don't know anything about this kid. I don't know if he's any good. He probably got dealt to the trade deadline, but I just that's all I heard was this. Sorry. Hey, do you got any plugs?
I come see my softball team Sundays. We won 10-0 last Sunday. And actually, not a plug for me, but Michael Sarge is having a show for his birthday at 10th Street Live in Kenilworth.
We'll have to plug. I don't want to plug Cole Sarge. You know why?
Why?
He doesn't listen to my fucking show.
Well, I'm going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'll be doing stand. I always weasel my way out.
No, because I played Gone, his old band, a few weeks ago, and I sent it to him. And I don't expect him to listen to. I don't usually like hockey. All right, I don't listen to that. But I expected some kind. I gave his stupid band a spin. Yeah.
This is another band. I think it's called Joe Mama.
Yeah. They singing Bon Jovi songs for fat 40-year-old chicks.
I don't know what he's doing. He's so I don't know what it's like. We're gonna go out because it's my wife's birthday's coming up, so we're
Yeah.
gonna go out there, and his birthday, and our
And your birthday just
anniversary's
passed,
coming up.
right?
Huh?
Your birthday just passed. I did a whole show. I think I said happy birthday and like 3 weeks
No,
ago.
my birthday's actually today.
It's actually today.
Yeah.
Is that why you're in such a like weird mood?
Yeah, no, it's today. Yeah,
It's today.
I know. No one said anything to me.
Yeah, but I did say something to you on a fucking show like 4 weeks ago. And you were like, yeah, thank you.
I know. Well, today's my birthday.
Then why would you tell me a month ago it was your goddamn birthday?
Because it probably was my birthday.
Okay. Is that like your new,
It's my new, like, Andy Kaufman ideal thing that I'm into.
You know what? You deserve this. I don't even care. I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to.
Keyshaw for the Devils plays it cross ice into the far corner. Neto swoops in to intercept. Neto behind the net. Swings it in front. He scores! Neto scores! Neto! Stefan Neto! And the Rangers!
I promised myself I was never going to do that again.
I don't care. Please, that cup is almost old enough to retire.
Actually, the last guy did retire a few weeks ago. We covered it on the show. It's Cola. He's the last guy.
So,
Yeah, I guess-
honestly, my birthday's February 5th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, then get the fuck out of here then.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I've just been posting that it's my birthday. And there's some people that hate it and some people that think it's hysterical. Because I get like all these people.
Well, all I know is you pissed Andy off, I think. Like, she's like, wait a minute. There's something. Andy comes up, I think it was like yesterday morning, and she's like, hey, I think there's something up here. You know?
Did you also
He is
see what
not-
else I said I was?
Telling the truth about his birthday. I am very suspicious of his birthday not actually being what he says it was. We have ways to make you talk.
Does Andy really sound like a Bond villain
Yeah.
when she talks?
Yes.
Are you coming to New Jersey in the summer?
Yes. I'll bring her with
Can't
me.
wait to meet her.
And we can all goof on her accent.
Yeah. We can go to IKEA and she'll feel at home. Yeah.
There we Actually, Lundqvist did record a commercial with the Swedish Chef. I found this out last week. It was a riot. Did you know that?
No.
No.
I'm gonna look that
All
up
right.
now.
Let me do my plugs and let's get the hell out of here. Please check out the Joe Cornyn Show. The Joe Cornyn Show. Joe was nice enough to lend us some audio and of his going off on Jerome McKinley. I don't think he's that kooky, by the way. But if you're into wrestling, he's got all his shit covered. And I think he's looking to make the transition if he hasn't already to go. He's able. He really takes advantage of Utah to its fullest. And I like to just kind of pick his brain one day because he does all his broadcasting on YouTube, which is what I do.
I was actually at WrestleMania yesterday.
Did you really, or was that bullshit?
That's bullshit.
No, that's what I thought.
I took someone else's picture and just said, finally made it.
Cornyn's got some message for you.
Step!
That's gonna become my new thing. I'm just gonna, nobody's gonna know
lie.
if I'm telling the truth.
Just lie.
Just gonna lie about everything on Facebook.
Why not? Hey, my ex-wife does. What? Why not you?
Well, I'm gonna just lie about things that there's really no warrant or no reason to lie about.
That's the best one.
Nah.
I had a friend that had that problem, so to speak. And he's a great guy. He's a fantastic human being. And I'm not sure he can help it. But the thing is weird, most people I've met with this problem, this lying problem, they lie about things that are important. I never knew this person to lie about things that were important. They're always the stupidest fucking things in the world, you know?
Yeah, I know people like that.
My house got strafed by a F-15. You missed it. It happened 5 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
And it would be pretty wild. He would tell you, and everybody I talk to his family, and I feel like he makes these stories all the time. He's like, oh yeah, Bob, he just does that. I was like, he does it at school too. He's like, yeah, we figured. I was like, haven't you guys ever called him out? And they were like, yeah, once we called him out. We told him like that wasn't true. I was like, well, what did he do? Did he cry? Did he get upset? He's like, no, he just looked at us and said, you're right, and walked away. And he's like, that's all you have to do, right? And I was like, I'm gonna do that. He's like, yeah. They're like, do it. I never did it once because I love the guy. I love the guy to death, but he just told me one bullshit story after another, and then like as the years went by, I just said yes, you know.
Every day for me is April Fool's Day and my birthday.
Oh, by the way, did you write that joke? Happy Fake Pregnancy Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your day because you wrote that last year too, and that was really funny. Happy Fake Pregnancy Day. April Fool's Day. All right, check out the Joe Cornyn Show. He was nice enough to let us know. Looking forward to checking out his stuff. I don't know if I'm looking forward to check out wrestling, but definitely looking forward to his stuff. He's a real hard-working guy. He's got a lot of subscribers. He gets a lot of hits. And he yells at other fans, which is really, really funny. They're like, yeah, Sidney Crosby's better than any player in the movie. He's like, why don't you go fuck yourself? He doesn't, no apologies. My kind of guy.
You know what I don't understand? A lot of people still are saying Sidney Crosby's overrated.
I don't think he's definitely overrated, but he's still really, really good. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. No one could live up to the media hype. No player. There's not one. Let me tell you something. There has never been an NHL player that was as good as Sidney Crosby's hype. Not one. Not Gretzky, not Howe, not any of them. No one has ever been as good as the hype for Sidney Crosby. No one. That's my theory on that. Step! Yeah, and I have an agreeer. So, all right, yeah. Joe Cornyn, johnfreemusic.com, johnfreemusic.com, johnfreemusic.com. Please check out johnfreemanmusic.com. He's doing the music here and now. He's very generous, very kind. He's loving, and he'll, when you buy music, if you're feeling down, he'll say nice things to you. That's pretty much it. Check me out on. You can check out Shop at Point, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. On Twitter, Jersey Ghosts. JERSEYGHOSTS.
Yeah, look me up on Twitter.
What's that?
Chicklet Comedy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, I know Tommy's going to plug his, but you can, if you want to add something to the show, just Skype me. You know, I have it on my phone.
Sure.
I'm just driving around all day. I don't care. So just, I'll talk to you on Skype if you want to have any insight to the show. That's Comic Jake 85 on Skype. And find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can, wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah.
So.
Sure. So we got Skype. What we got? We got that. Soul Crushing Radio. Check out Soul Crushing Radio. We'll leave a link for them. Supposedly I'm doing a Memorial Day thing for them. They're a podcast group. Talk about internet crap and mimes. Very funny guys. Very talented. Check out Soul Crushing Radio. What else? Are you getting yelled at or something?
That's all I got. Yeah.
Are you getting yelled at live?
No. Tracy's yelling at the dogs or the cat or something.
Which one? Like number 7 or 8 dog?
We have 2 dogs and a cat.
No, you don't. You have like 20 dogs, and they're all running around like they've gotten like herding formula, like going to their wolf instincts. If somebody dogs.
Tracy used to have a lot of dogs before.
I know. I was there to witness it.
We just got Milo and Frank have made the cut every single time. I know you don't like my dogs.
I don't hate your dogs. I just don't like pugs. I think God didn't mean for dogs to look that way.
I know.
Yeah. God didn't mean for a lot of things, according to a lot of Christian kooks on my Facebook site, to be honest with you. But he really hates pugs.
God hates pugs.
Trust me. All right, I think we got everything.
Yep.
If you want to get any former hosts, you can check the thing below.
Yeah.
I had enough.
All right, I gotta go.
Sorry to Vince that we didn't do the NHL Power Rankings. But, well, Vince, look at the fuck up. I mean, really.
Just come on. Yeah, seriously. Can't do it all for you, buddy.
Yeah, jeez. Vince sending us some really nice stuff lately. All right, thank you very, very much, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Jakeling, for joining me on The Point.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you next week. Playoffs are coming. Hey, if you want to get hooked up to the game, let's do this. See ya. Peace.
Bye.
Hey, you shot from the point bastards. I got a message for you. We've changed the time we're going to release the show. It used to be by Monday. Well, we're going to release it by Wednesday. Every week, shot from the point by Wednesday. And the reason I don't give you a hard time, because I'm lazy and irresponsible, and I think this is the easiest way to do it, especially if we can't record Monday, then we can do it Tuesday and get it to you by Wednesday. So, shot from the point every week by Wednesdays. See you later, jerks.